Hey guys, we're back working on this thing today to finish off the wide body install. So let me just take you over here. Just be back with a bit of light. This is the issue we got. So the standard arch is right in the way, so if I want to make use of the fitment, then this is going to go. So I am going to roughly mark that, and then we're going to take the rear over fender back off, and then we're going to make our cuts. What we're going to do for this part, because it's a lot harder to do freehand, we're going to use string, pinpoint it, and find our curvature. And where it's good. So you can see I marked the second line so it finishes more straight. So that's where we're going to lose all of that going down there. So I'm just going to roughly run this pen around here. And that will give me with that I know where the bottom of this over fender is. So I'll go ahead now, remove this, and then we'll see actually how high we can cut this up. And that's it. Right, as you can see, that is the bottom of the over fender mark, so I like to try and cut it higher than that, just on the line there. So we'll get the string back out and try and make that curve, and I got something to follow with a grinder. So, let's have a go. Okay, just pop the bolts out of the bumper, because when we come to run that cut, I don't want to cut it there, and we can just trim that on the refit afterwards. There she is. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is do another cut here, and that should remove the strong bit, and then we can start thinking about folding this up to meet the outer quarter. More cutting. have to pop the wheel off just to make a cut there, and then we can start addressing this onto here. Right, finally. Now what I'm going to do is a series of slits here and fold that up, and that should give us quite a bit more wheel clearance. Gonna hammer these up now to meet that lip. What I'm gonna do now, clean these up, because that will be the point that we're gonna weld on, and also clean this edge, because it'll be welding in between that and there. Okay, we've got the wire brush wheel, so you're gonna go clean this and just take a bit of paint off here, just so there's a nice clean surface to weld to. So I haven't tried these before, so I'll just find out if it works. That's a job. If it doesn't slip, that is. Okay guys, take it off so you can see a bit better. Right, that's us all clean there. So what I'm going to be using now is the same stuff as what was on my S15, this copper weld through primer by U-POL. So it's copper rich primer. It's really good. Like in the garage, everything gets surface rust. So and with this stuff on, where it's put on adequately, it hasn't rusted at all. So it's really good. Sure how thick you put this on, but as long as it's on exposed metalwork and places that I can't get to, it should be okay. What I'm going to do now is start to hammer this up. Right, I'm going to set up the welder, put a couple of tacks here, and see if I can hold this in place. Okay, normally I run a little test on a test piece, but like I said, none of this is ever going to be seen. And I've never done anything this thin, so I'm just going to do a couple of little test spots just to make sure it's not blowing straight through, and we'll go from there. See how this pans out. Not to be anywhere hot enough. Turn it up a bit. Try to get Yeah. No good. Let's try again. Okay. Little taps. Some went better than others due to how clean it was. That is horrendous, but like I said, you're not going to see any of this. So what I'm going to do is cut off the excess here now, look if there's any gaps or anything I've missed, and if I have, then just try and fill them with weld, and then we'll spray this to protect it so it doesn't rust until we can get some Schultz or type of proper under seal, especially on the underside as well, just to protect where I've ground back and welded. As you can see, it's mostly sealed. I might run over it with like a flappy disc wheel, just to clean some of it up and get any sharp edges, because I don't want to cut myself or anything. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not, you know, no work of art, but the time that's sealed, and we'll be good. So let's have a look at the clearance we got. So we are quite, see if I can get it in here. But we got a fair bit of clearance to that, so that's good. So there's one thing I didn't really take into consideration, is that the fact that this kit ends here. A side skirt comes to there, so that is going to be on show, which is a bit of a fail. So I'm going to have to see if I can get, or look into it and see if they do like a rear piece here, like a lower piece. Failing that, I might have to do something with that, just cut it out, or but it is tying in the body there, so I don't know, or I'll just clean it up a lot better than that, and we'll go from there. So let's get the wheel on and get it back on the ground. Just putting 2 in for now, because we'll be spinning the car around and I've got to do a little bit of welding, or try at least, on the front, just to keep this in. So the bottom 2 points where that mounts, they've gone, so what I'm going to do is weld a little strip of flat steel on there, drill it so I can put rivets in there so I'm able to mount this properly. Right guys, what's the next day now? I'm just going to mark this new metal wing inside so I can cut that out for clearance, because it's pretty much on the tyre now. Right, so I don't know how well you can see. We've got a little slot there, I'm going to run all the way around and then drop it off there, just before the mounting point. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this now. I'll show you when it's done. What we've got here is 2 points here is where the bottom of the wing mounts. Obviously mine's rotted away, so I've made this little piece, so hopefully we can just weld that over there. I have marked it each side, so I'm going to drill and riv nut these first and then just weld them in, and fingers crossed that should sort it. As you can see, my little plate is on with the riv nut. It's absolutely shocking welds, but I just didn't have anything to clean this properly, so a couple of them took at the back, and then it's just, it is what it is, but it's solid enough, it's not going to fall off, so serves a purpose for now. So let's see if the wing fits. I've also cut this back quite a bit, so you'll see that now when I put it on the car. So guys, that's it. So it mounted back in there nicely. I just need washers because the riv nuts aren't very big and the holes in this are bigger, but that pushes back perfect. Give it a nice shut line. And I'm not sure how good the light is here. You can see up there it's cut pretty high, so we've got loads of clearance for the wheels now, so there's no issue with hitting there. And as you've seen before, the backs are finished, and once again, loads of clearance here. We're gonna hit this before we hit there, so that's good. I've cleaned up these best I could, so I welded, ground back, and repeated the process. So fingers crossed now when I get a side skirt back on there now, and you know, a tiny bit of filler, it'll be gone, be none the wiser. But no, it's a, you know, it's not a show car, it's a drift car. So that's it guys, a little welding project there. Went relatively successful considering I've never done anything like that before, so I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, all of the welding is unseen anyway, so it doesn't have to be a work of art. Right, well thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.